So the problem is not the cholesterol in eggs. Again, the problem is fake fats, and the problem is inadequate intake of fiber. So if any of you saw our fiber show, of course I gave a lot more information. But I just want to remind you that God knew what He was doing when He made the egg, and you absolutely do not have to worry about your cholesterol raising when you eat the whole egg. Our egg bake is ready, so we're going to get that out of the oven, and we're going to just let that sit for a while. And we need to put our oven on broil, and we're going to put in our peppers. We're going to make some roasted peppers for our Huevos rancheros. So I've got red bell pepper, I've got red onion, I've got Anaheim peppers, which are not very hot. I've got a Pueblo pepper, that's this beautiful dark green one. And then I've also got a couple of habaneros in there because we like it hot. So this is going in the oven. And we just need to keep a close eye on that because I've got that on broil on high. So I just want to take a few minutes and tell you about the healthiest ways that you can cook your eggs. At the top of the list would be hard-boiled, soft-boiled, and poached. And the reason that these particular cooking methods are so healthy is that, especially inside the shell, all of those sensitive nutrients in the yolk part will be protected. Now when you poach an egg, it's actually poaching is just, you can either put the egg directly into boiling water and cook it that way, or what I prefer is I got myself a poacher because I absolutely love poached eggs, and this is an absolute excellent investment. They're not that expensive. And on the bottom part here is where you put your water, and you just heat that up, and then there's little holes here where the steam comes through, and that's how it actually just steams the eggs and cooks them. And these little poach pans, you just put a dab of butter in the bottom. It takes about 4 minutes to poach your eggs, and so you want the yellow sort of cooked, but you still want them runny. And then you just plop them right out. It is absolutely a very simple way to cook your eggs. The next best way to cook your eggs would be baked, like in the egg bake that we've just finished. And also followed by something like an omelet or a frittata. Now a frittata is simply like an omelet that you'd cook in a pan like this, and then it's finished in the oven, so you don't have to worry about flipping it or anything like that. So you would cook it on like a low to medium heat on the bottom, and then you put it in the oven on broil, and then you finish cooking the top on broil. Very easy to do. I do want to mention that when you purchase a pan like this, please do not get Teflon. You know that Teflon pans don't last, and the Teflon starts to chip and peel off, and the Teflon will get into your food, and it is proven to be carcinogenic, which means it causes cancer. So invest in some high quality cookware. This is that special hard iodized stuff, and yes, it is a little bit more expensive, but I can tell you that it is well worth the money to invest in a good quality cookware, such that is available now. These aren't available 40 years ago. That was our only option. We got that Teflon stuff because we didn't know any better. But now there are other options that are available, and these will last. This pan is actually this pan is like 6 years old, and it looks almost brand new, and believe me, we use this pan over and over and over because Michael likes his eggs over easy. Now, over easy and scrambled would be not as healthy. And if that is your preferred way to eat your eggs, be sure you use a good quality pan and cook your eggs on low to medium, never higher than medium. It just takes a few minutes longer to cook your eggs, but what you're doing is you're protecting those sensitive nutrients in the yolk. And we don't want to create trans fats, we want to keep healthy fats. And so we need to go back and check our peppers, and we're going to get started on our Huevos rancheros. So we're going to turn our oven down. And I just want to give these peppers just a real light chop, because this is going to be going into our black beans. And I just soaked the beans overnight in water and cooked them up in water this morning. Just going to save a few of these veggies out for garnish. The rest of these, a few more. Just going to chop up. So this is going to go into our black beans, and I'm going to just, before I add this, I just want to mash them up a little bit. And I'm going to add a few more other seasonings. Now you could use, canned beans. Personally, I would look for organic, and then you want to check the sodium content. And if it's got a lot of sodium, you might even want to rinse them, because it's probably not going to be sea salt. It's probably going to be sodium chloride. So you don't have to worry too much about how much those are mashed. And so we're just going to add, this just adds tremendous flavor. So we're going to see how this looks. So we're going to add some taco seasoning with no MSG, the good natural kind. And I'm going to add a good tablespoon. And I'm going to add, of course, some crushed red pepper, make it nice and spicy. And I'm going to add about a teaspoon of sea salt. And then I want a couple of tablespoons of, this is some fresh homemade salsa that I made. And that's going to just spice everything up nicely. So over here on our left, what I've got is, we like Mexican food here, and we like tortillas, but it's kind of hard to find healthy tortillas. So what I found is, I found a whole grain tortilla. It's actually an Ezekiel bread tortilla. And it has none of the nasty ingredients that I don't want. I don't want any hydrogenated oils. And so it's got lots of fiber, lots of protein, it's whole grain, and it's multi-grain, just like the book of Ezekiel talks about. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our black beans here with our peppers, and we're going to just spread this out. And then we're going to cover that with some cheese. And we're going to put that in the oven and let that get all warm and melted. And then we're going to poach up our eggs, and we'll put those on top. This is, you know, this is probably, for me personally, this would be too much to eat for breakfast. So this is more of a dinner or a supper. And we're going to put 2 eggs on each, and it's going to be absolutely delicious and very healthy. So this is going in the oven. The oven's still warm. And that won't take long because the beans were already warm. So we're going to go ahead and get started on our eggs here. I'm just going to get some of this stuff out of the way. So I've got just a little bit of water here in the bottom of the pan. And I want to go ahead and put just a dab of butter, and I mean just a dab, in the bottom of each pan. That was too much. And when that starts to melt, that is my cue to go ahead and put my eggs in. If you wait too long, the steam really starts, you know, coming up out of those holes, and it's kind of, you can actually burn yourself. So I've just kind of learned by experience that you don't want it to come to a full boil, but you know, just long enough to get that butter to start melting, so it's kind of coating the bottom. And then in 4 minutes, you've got poached eggs. So we're just going to put the lid on and let that steam just cook those eggs, and we'll be ready to eat in no time. Now, see a few little peppers. A little bit of salsa. Some people like sour cream. Perfect poached egg. I hope you enjoyed today's show on eggs, and I hope that you now understand that eggs are very good for you. The cholesterol in eggs does not raise your blood cholesterol thanks to the lecithin that egg yolks also contain. And I hope that you will eat the whole egg, not throw away the yolk, because the whole egg is where you get the complete nutrition and the complete protein by eating the whole egg. So I'm going to eat myself some eggs, and I'm going to add a little bit of salt. And in Job, it actually talks about that the white is tasteless without salt. So I always thought that's interesting, because I think it's okay to use sea salt on your eggs. And I'm also going to use a little bit of Tabasco. And we hope that if you have any questions, that you will visit our website, send us an email. The website is www.blpublications.com. So until next time, God bless you.